Hi, this is Kelly Fidel, and welcome to Spotlight Interviews. I am so excited for today's interview because I have someone very special that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Farrell is the CEO and founder of Quantum Endeavors, and I have known Ann for quite some time now. She's a dear friend. She's a spectacular thought leader, and we're really going to be talking about women, leadership, thought leadership, impact, contribution, and some of the amazing things that she has going on. So, gosh, Ann, I am so excited that you're here.
I'm so happy to be here, Kelly. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. So, man, we have some really cool things that we're going to be talking about. And for those that don't really know you yet, will you just go ahead and share a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure. Hello, everybody. It's great to be here. My name is Ann Farrell, and as Kelly said, I'm the CEO and founder of Quantum Endeavors. And what Quantum Endeavors is, it's actually code, Kelly. Quantum Endeavors means significant work. And I'm an executive and a leadership development coach. And my specialty is supporting women to rise in organizations, both through corporations, businesses, as well as supporting coaches who want to coach them to help them do that.
That's amazing. So, the work that you do, you make it sound so simple, and yet there's so much impact when you bring women together. And so, you've started a whole new component. You have several components in the business. So what would you say is, we'll talk about the new one in a minute.
Okay.
But what would you say is one of your favorite pieces within Quantum Endeavors where you get to work with these women and some of the things that they go through and they experience to basically break through, right?
Absolutely. It's all about breaking through.
Yeah.
My come from is, and what the experience is that we are all have potential to be empowered from the inside out. And so I support women to just understand that their organizations may be trying to empower them, but until they actually do the work to empower themselves, none of that sticks. And so 30 years in corporate myself, always thought that things would be better and easier for the women the generations coming behind me.
Yeah.
And not enough has changed. Everybody's still working on trying to look to the external world or do external things to try to grow from that place, and that's just not how we need to do it.
Yeah, so it's like, let me work out some more, let me buy some more makeup, let me do some more yoga, let me, do this, do that. And like you said, seeking the outside instead of seeking discomfort in order to create that power from the inside out, which is really spectacular, right? Because I believe that once you can harness that internal power, then it really takes on a life force of its own. And so you facilitate that for women.
I totally facilitate that for women. Organizations, it's not just makeup and us taking care of ourselves externally. Right. Organizations invest a lot of money in women on all the wrong things. So it's, they want to help them with their presence. They want to help them with what they look like from the outside in. And they want to help them with skills and maybe even confidence. But all of that's an inside game.
Right. So it was really interesting because I saw some amazing posts that you did where you were taking women through an exercise on the beach.
Oh, yes.
And they had to cross over the line.
They had to cross over the line.
They had to cross over the line without giving too much away, because there's a lot of magic in what Ann does. What would you say is the biggest breakthrough that your women clients have experienced in that particular exercise?
Yeah, thank you. So I think the biggest breakthrough, and in fact, it's what we built to through this whole 3-day retreat, is knowing that they had the power all along. And it's the power of claiming it that really lets them leave in a whole different place than when they came in.
Wow. So you had the power all this time, my dear, right?
Exactly.
Wow, that is incredible. Because why is this so important to you?
Thank you.
Yes.
It's on several levels, but it's so important to me. My whole career, I say I was raised by corporate. I joined the corporate world at 19. all male-dominated industry, corporation, and I had to find my own way because there were no other women.
Yes.
And so I went at entry level, made it all the way to the top of the house, and so I had to find my own empowered way because there were no mentors, there were no role models. So I just had to figure things out for me.
Right.
But that's what I typically tell people.
Right. So what's the real story?
The
right?
real story was actually I can recall the moment at 5 years old when all along I'm adopted, and my parents told me all along that I'm adopted. We all take external clues or cues about who we are by the people that are around us, our family, whether in our home life. And as soon as I heard what it meant for me, when I got what that meant, it meant I'm different and I don't belong. I'm not like them. So it was like a whole blank slate that didn't close. I think so. I had my son when I was 38 years old, and that's the very first time I ever met anybody that I was related to.
Wow.
And so and it took a while for me to get his personality, right? But during that whole blank phase, I had to just look inside to figure out who I was and what my powers were.
Wow.
I didn't have models to look at even growing up. So when I walked into an organization where it was all men, many may have been intimidated by it, but I sort of already knew that territory. I've been having to figure that out, ever since I was little.
Ever since you were little. So if you're ever feeling like, wow, there's these gaps in my life, or wow, there's just this total disconnect, you can see why I absolutely adore Anne and the work that you do that's so very important on so many levels. It's more than just giving women hope. You're literally changing people's lives, and in many respects changing these women's lives, which is super incredible work that you do. And it's not just corporations, which I absolutely love. You also work with women entrepreneurs.
I do. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Women entrepreneurs, sports, Chicago Cubs on their way to the World Series, all sorts of, we all have more power than we think we have. But yes, most of the entrepreneurs that are my specialty is to really help other coaches, great coaches, figure out how to live a life with their great business.
Love it.
And grow that through also helping people in organizations learn how to step into their power.
That's awesome. So you have an entire division of your company called INPOWERED.
I do.
INPOWERED. Is that an amazing name? I absolutely love it. And just share briefly a little bit about INPOWERED, the tagline, and how that piggybacks onto what you do.
Sure. So INPOWERED is all about owning your power from the inside out. And so everything is, my programs are secretly actually executive coaching. So rather than training or product development, don't tell anybody. So we're all doing our work together, and it's through the empowering ourselves through both what we know is true for us, as well as what we see in the eyes of others who look at us, who get to know us. It's all really, it's a very powerful way just to claim who we have been born to be all along.
Wow. So you're able to really help these women, ordinary women, who are doing extraordinary things, take their life and their business to the absolute next level, which is amazing. So I want to shift gears for a little bit. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay, great.
So describe a time where you had to shatter your own glass ceiling.
Well,
in business or personal or anything.
Yeah, many. Yeah. I think
many. You earned that rite of passage, right?
Yeah. So I can remember several, and it all comes in the space of promotions, people taking a chance on me. I can remember particular calls of where we want to tap you, you're going to now lead that whole organization. So I've led 3 organizations. I've had 3 executive positions before I retired.
Yes.
And every one of them was candidly something outside of my expertise.
Yeah.
I'm a finance major, right? So I've led product development.
She's a money girl.
I'm a money girl. I've led product development. I've led procurement. And my last role was human resources and leadership development for the organization. So I think the biggest glass ceiling was actually leading organizations where my only qualification was I knew how to get people to stand and teams in their strengths and make the extraordinary happen.
Right.
And so every one of those was another ceiling crash.
Yes.
And it was a wonderful journey that I absolutely loved, but I love my second career even more.
See, that is so cool. And you're in Chicago.
I'm in Chicago.
And you have a lake house.
In Michigan.
In Michigan,
Yes.
which is absolutely spectacular. And that is where your yacht is.
Yes, the Namaste.
The Namaste.
Yes.
Woman with a yacht. How sexy is that? I love it. But here's my favorite. Loki is now a year old.
Loki is actually almost a year and a half already.
So Anne has 2 dogs. So I love dogs. You all know that. And so tell them
About the dogs?
Yes, tell them about the dogs.
Wonderful. So we have Captain first, who is a golden doodle, and we named him Captain because we wanted him to be a good boat dog. Captain, for the record, has motion sickness.
That's fantastic.
So then our son, who was away at college, said he wanted a dog. And so my husband, in his wisdom, said, you never get your child who's in college a dog that you may not want to own someday. So we got our son this gorgeous English cream golden doodle, golden retriever, and we named him Loki.
Loki. And he is super cute.
He's adorable. And yes, Loki is living with us while our son is going now to school in Chicago. So we have 2 dogs, ours and our son's. Yeah.
That is hilarious. Well, I just, I absolutely adore you. I love how much fun you have together. And I love what you're doing, right? I love what you're doing in business. I love what you're doing for women and men entrepreneurs, both. And I just love how you live in the life that you walk and that you teach. You are the very person, and you have become and emanate the very thing that you teach and that you go out and help other people do.
Thank
you. I just absolutely adore you, and I'm honored to have you here, and I'm so grateful. So, people are probably wondering, man, she's amazing. How do I get a hold of Anne? So do you want to share with everybody kind of how they can get in touch with you?
Absolutely. You can get in touch with me at quantumendeavors.com or AnnFarrell.com and send me a note. I'm happy to reach out and let's connect.
That is so fantastic. I know you're super busy, and thank you always for being here and for being a part of the interview. It was absolutely amazing. I had a fantastic time.
Me too.
Yeah,
thank you, Kelly.
Of course. I absolutely appreciate it. And, I hope that you enjoyed this Spotlight interview. So if you did, go ahead and like and love our Spotlight interview. Go ahead and comment below and let us know what you liked most about this particular interview. Of course, please feel free to share it and subscribe. And as always, live a life with no glass ceiling and stay bold, fearless, and unstoppable. We'll see you soon.